Hi guys, Yulianna is here. By the end of this video, you will learn which 9 things I stopped buying and I don't regret. As a result, I have more money to invest regularly into my future. Number 1 is coffee shops. I stopped visiting coffee shops as frequently as I used to do before. Luckily, the pandemic helped with it, but I seriously realized, first of all, I don't like drinking so much coffee daily, and it is not so healthy for me. Second, I spend a lot of money and time at coffee shops. For me personally, coffee shops are more for socializing, where you can meet with your friends, have a cup of tea or coffee, plus seeing all those tasty cakes and cookies. You will definitely get tempted and to buy one. I don't go to coffee shops every day anymore, and definitely not a couple of times per day like I used to do before. First of all, I don't have time for it, and second, it ends up costly at the end of the month. Even one latte per day is around $5, but I usually had a couple of drinks per day and in addition some snacks or cakes, so it's really costly. I realized that meeting with my friends at coffee shops was more like a habit. Instead, I plan walks in the park with my friends. It is good for our health, we still enjoy each other's company, and we don't end up buying and eating stuff which we don't necessarily want to buy, but we buy if we want to meet at a coffee shop. Second thing, I started buying souvenirs. I used to buy fridge magnets and coffee cups from everywhere where I travel. I realized I don't like seeing magnets all over my fridge, so when we bought a new fridge, I didn't put all of my magnets there, just a couple of them from the most memorable places. I believe it's kind of waste of money to pay around $5 per magnet, which stays on the fridge and they are mostly useless. Instead, I buy some needed products for our household, so while using those products, they remind me of the places where I bought them. Later, I realized that we have so many coffee cups which we don't use. They simply stay on my shelves, they take a lot of space and they are useless. So I stopped buying them, and I don't regret it. Instead, I buy something we really need and we use it. It can be anything else actually, some tablecloths, some towers, or anything I really liked and I would like to have it from that city. Third thing is high maintenance. I cut all my high maintenance things from my life. It includes to have my manicure and pedicure done in the salon, my hair done there to lash extensions and so on. I used to have a blonde hair and I had to visit my hairdresser every 3 to 4 weeks to color my roots. I had to visit my nail master every 2 weeks and eyelash correction every 3 weeks. I realized that I spend a lot of money for those things and don't necessarily I need to do all of them in the salon. I love and enjoy coloring my own nails, so why do I need to go to the salon worrying that they might hurt me by mistake with some of the tools they use if I can do it myself? It happens so many times that they press so hard with their polish machine while removing my gel polish. Yes, I didn't see blood, but I felt uncomfortable and a bit painful. I realized that I love my natural hair color and why I need to go to color it to salon every 3 weeks and waste so much money for it. The same thing applies to eyelashes. You go there, you waste 2 hours of your life, you pay $90 per visit and I need to repeat it every 3rd week, and in the end it still looks fake. I figured out that my own eyelashes are beautiful, nice, so I don't need to do it at all. All of those procedures were so time consuming and so expensive, so I cut it off. Fourth thing, going to movies. We almost cut off from our budget going to movies. We used to go to watch a new movie in the cinema almost every time as a new interesting movie appears, but it ends up very expensive. Counting tickets, we used to buy 2 tickets and some snacks, some popcorn, some drinks, so we used to pay around $50 per visit. Currently, we need to buy 3 tickets, so it's even more expensive. Yes, it was one-time investment, but we can enjoy watching movies anytime we want. Okay, in reality, anytime we have free time to watch it. But still, we can enjoy and watch it from comfort of our own house, and we can invite friends to watch it together too. After calculating our money we spend for TV and sound system is the same as going to the cinema for 2 years. but we will use it for much longer than 2 years. It is especially beneficial during the time of pandemic. Next one, brand names. I love good quality products, especially when they are discounted. But I don't see any points in spending thousands of dollars for one Louis Vuitton, Chanel or any other known brand purse. I prefer to invest that money. If you decided to buy some pair of shoes from a well-known, very expensive brand, you should clearly understand why you want to buy them. Because they are so comfortable, so stylish or so beautiful, or because simply you want to impress someone. This is something I understand as I became older. I don't feel any need to show or prove to someone that I can afford buying $5,000 purse. I buy only those things I enjoy having and using. Of course, like any girl, I still have some spontaneous shopping and I can buy things I don't necessarily need to have, but I enjoy it in that moment. But again, I will think twice if it is really worth buying it or better to invest that money in something else. Next one, very similar to previous one. I buy less fashionable clothes as my input into the ecology, I would call it. If you would say it to some of my friends who have known me for quite a long time, they would never believe it. All my life I tried to follow fashion, I tried to have the most fashionable clothes, and it was quite rare if I wore the same outfit twice in the season. I had and still have a lot of clothes, but almost all of them I bought before. When I was pregnant, I intentionally decided to buy only necessary clothes. As my belly was growing, I had to upgrade my clothes for bigger sizes. But I tried to buy really not as much, as minimum as possible. This was that period of my time that changed me tremendously. First year with a small baby, as a working mom who is running her business, having a social life, volunteering, and not staying even one day in maternity at the same time, I realized I can still wear all of my clothes which I bought before, and I couldn't wear them so many months and I miss them. And to be honest with you, I simply didn't have time and enjoyment anymore to go to try new things in shop. So for almost 1.5 years I was wearing the clothes that I had from before, and surprisingly I felt very happy about it. First of all, I missed it and I forgot some styles I had, so it was like a new for me. Secondly, I really had a lot of clothes. I felt that this is my input into the ecology, to stop buying as much as before and just use what I already have in my wardrobe. I don't feel the need to buy new clothes regularly. I buy it when I need it. I still have my love to beautiful purses, but again, I will wear them much longer than some new dress or sweater. I cut buying fashionable clothes which loses their value in 1 year totally, and I don't regret it. Next one, buying a new expensive car. I have never bought it before and I will not buy it. I don't feel comfortable spending a lot of money for an expensive car only because of its brands or fashionability, let's say. You can buy a good quality new or used car at a more budget price than paying for some car hundreds of thousands of dollars, which will do the same thing as a regular car. Some people prefer to buy only used cars as it's much cheaper than a new one. I have a bit different opinion here. Yes, you can be lucky and buy a good used car, but you cannot be lucky too and spend a lot of money and time and effort trying to repair it. If a used car has more years and more mileage, it will definitely have more chances to break faster and you will need to repair it at your own cost. I prefer to feel more secure with insurance when buying a new car. It is up to you if you buy a new car or a used car, just try to count your budget. Better to buy some good quality car you enjoy using and you can afford buying, instead of some expensive supercar or some car which you can't afford buying. Better to invest that extra money you had to pay for that supercar to secure your future, whether it means building an emergency fund, paying high interest debt, or investing into the market. Next one, I stopped buying books. I realized that we have an amazing library in Edmonton. A library is totally different topic for me. I really love libraries. Actually, it's really funny, but first time when I visited New York, a must-see for me was to visit a library. Actually, it happened in many cities such as Prague, Paris, Milan, and so on. I would say it was more my professional, how to call it, a side effect of my job, because for so many years I worked on my PhD dissertations, and of course I tried to find valuable information from my thesis from everywhere possible. Luckily now you can have access to all best worldwide libraries online, but not in that time. Instead of buying a book, reading it, and then it stays on my shelves uselessly, I borrowed them from a library. When I moved to Canada in the first year, I read 45 books. As you understand, I was quite a regular client in the library. I was quite surprised that all of those books you can find in the bookshop, you can have in the library too. If it is a very new book and it is not in the library yet, I can request and library will buy it for me. Isn't it amazing? So I stopped buying books. Instead, I rent them from my library. In the beginning, it was only physical books, as I was used to reading them and accepting information from paper to feel it, yeah? Then I taught myself to read and accept information from ebooks too, as it is much more efficient for me. I have everything on my iPad, and again, it helps ecology. I have access to my books from everywhere. I can print screen if I need. I add some notes, not depend on lighting, and much more. If you want me to prepare some video how I digitalized almost everything possible in my life and went paperless, please let me know in comments. And the last one, subscriptions. I try to check which subscriptions I pay money for and if it's really worth keeping them. If I really use those services I pay money for. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned this topic already. We caught ourselves on paying our TV subscriptions and we have never watched TV. So why to keep it? The same happened with my gym. I subscribed to a very good gym and was paying monthly. Then when I delivered my baby, I simply didn't have time to go to gym regularly and I didn't have with whom to leave my baby. When I was pregnant, I bought and was paying for a special babysitting subscription in my gym with the hope that I will use it when my son is born. In reality, their babysitting timing didn't work with our naps timing, so it was wasted. Shortly, just try to check on which subscriptions you pay money and if you really see value in keeping those subscriptions. Try to do this audit every 3 months or as you feel comfortable. Just check your bank statements and analyze what are you paying for. After analyzing it, I cut many subscriptions I had before and just left those I really use regularly. My overall things on spending: I love spending money on things that bring me joy, happiness and value. But I don't want to spend on things just because of its habits or I want to impress someone. Instead, I prefer to invest more money in my future than waste it for things that I can avoid buying. Please let me know in comments if you cut out of your budget some of those things or what else you cut off from your budget. If you found value in this video, please press the like button and subscribe if you didn't do it yet. See you in my next video.